spring football fans. Hello, USFL fans. Welcome back to the XFL Fan Zone. And last night was the first 12 rounds of the USFL draft. And as we're speaking right now, today is day 2. And it should be going on right now as we speak. Rounds 13 through 35 are today. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about what last night, the draft picks itself. Because it seems like the USFL is going the exact opposite direction of what the XFL is going. Safe to say with the XFL news the other day, they're going to be like the AAA of the NFL since they made that partnering agreement, which I am still not thrilled about. There was no reason for them to do that. I don't care if the XFL is their own independent league. Minor League Baseball, they're their own league, they're their own team owners, but when they get players assigned to them, they are instructed by the MLB how to use these players. Pitchers, how many times a week you can pitch them, how many pitches is limited to. So, not sure how this is going to work with the XFL. We'll see. I don't know. But it seems like the USFL is going the AA route of spring football. It seems like from what we saw last night, there's a certain age limit. They want to go very young. They're trying to, I guess, develop young players in their league, and not only that, but develop household names in their league. So if the US does become big, they may hang around. They may play for more money if they could afford to make more money. We don't know. But either way, both leagues should be interesting how they're going to do things. USFL is up first, obviously. And, hey, listen, if you we'll talk about the first round, the quarterbacks, and the 12th round, the quarterbacks. We'll talk about the quarterbacks only. If you were like me, when most of these guys were drafted, even the quarterbacks, you were like, huh? Who? Of course, the first two, I know pretty much. I know very well. Shea Patterson, of course, congratulations, Shea Patterson, on being the first player drafted in the new USFL, the inaugural draft. They are called as the inaugural draft because I guess they're trying to distance themselves from the past USFL. Let's face it, it's going to be an entirely different kind of league this time around than it was back in 83, 84, 85. So Shea Patterson out of Michigan selected. He gets to stay in Michigan to play for Jeff Fisher and the Michigan Panthers. Now the second pick of the draft went to Tampa Bay, and they took the guy I wanted for my beloved New Jersey Generals. That's Jordan Ta'amu. Of course, he played last year. He played in 2020 with the St. Louis Battlehawks. Showed a lot of promise. Did very well out of college. Started for a professional league. It was great to see him play. I was kind of hoping he'd become a household name in the XFL, and more importantly, a household name with the St. Louis Battlehawks. It is what it is. Brian Scott went next to Philadelphia. Of course, my team, the New Jersey Generals, took Ben Holmes. And when they took Ben Holmes, I was like, who? Well, apparently this guy is from my home state of New York. He grew up in Orchard Park, which is where the Buffalo Bills stadium is. He actually got a scholarship to Nassau Community College, which is not far from where I grew up in Queens. Named Freshman of the Year at the position, and a junior college All-American. And then he landed a scholarship with Tarleton State in Texas. I've never heard of this school. Regardless, he was the Lone Star Conference Championship. Had almost 2,700 yards passing, 28 touchdown passes, with 2 touchdowns and 501 yards rushing So it seems like he left with a unbelievable senior citizen. Actually, unbelievable career. He was 23-2 as a starting quarterback for Tarleton State. Not bad. He's only 26 years old. I guess he played the indoor league for the Arizona Rattlers. And that is who Ben Holmes is. I'm not going to spend too much time with him. Clayton Thorson went number 5 to the Houston Gamblers. Alex McGough went to the Birmingham Stallions. Kyle Noetta, who I have heard of, went to Pittsburgh. And finally, Kyle Sloter went to the New Orleans Breakers. Now for round 12 of quarterbacks. New Orleans selected first. They got Zach Smith. Josh Love went to the Pittsburgh Maulers. Jamar Davis Smith went to the Stallions. Kenji Bahar went to the Gamblers. DeAndre Johnson went to the Generals. Case Cookers went to the Stars. And Brady White went to the Bandits. And Paxton Lynch, another big first-round bust, or big NFL bust, went to the Michigan Panthers. So Jeff Fisher's got two good quarterbacks to work with. Everyone else is pretty much a mystery to me. I am familiar with Andre Johnson. It seems like Coach Mike Riley of the Generals went small. I mean, Ben Holmes is only 5'10", and DeAndre Johnson's not that much bigger. So there you go. There is your quarterbacks for the 16 quarterbacks for the 8 teams of the United States Football League. I'm not going to talk about the other players because we had 12 rounds last night of players that we're going to be scratching and going, who? We're going to get to know them when we see them play on NBC and Fox. That's the good thing about this league. If we're going to go the AA baseball route of football, these guys are going to get exposure on Fox and NBC. So, good for them. Even though the pay may not be the greatest, these guys are hungry and are getting shot. That's probably why they're going down to very, very young players anyway. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the draft yesterday. Kudos to the XFL Hub for doing their best to cover the draft. It wasn't really televised. You had to wait for the social media sites to tell you who got drafted. So I'm not sure who's going to be covering it today, if anyone covers it, but we'll find out later who gets drafted. So stick to your social team media sites, everyone. Anyway, we're about 56 days away from kickoff. Let's hope this USFL works. Go Generals. We'll talk to you later.